What is up, everybody? So there's some new news coming out about the West Memphis 3 case. It is from a couple weeks ago, and it is from actionnews5.com, and it is linked in the description below. It is about how the Arkansas Supreme Court has decided in favor of Damien Echols' appeal. The Arkansas Supreme Court has ruled in favor of an appeal made by one of the West Memphis 3, ruling against the Arkansas Attorney General's efforts to delay a decision to refuse DNA testing, which is absolutely ridiculous that they're refusing the DNA testing, where they could actually prove who the killers were using state-of-the-art MVAC technology in the nearly 30-year-old case. Damien Echols is still attempting to prove his innocence in the 1993 murder of 3 8-year-old boys in West Memphis, Arkansas. In June of 2022, Judge Tanya Alexander determined that Damien Echols did not have the right to forensic evidence since he was not currently incarcerated. Also, absolutely ridiculous. They're just trying to keep this covered up to hide who still did it. If you could prove who the real killers were, why wouldn't you do that? Even if you believe Damien Echols and the West Memphis 3 are guilty, why wouldn't you do the testing to prove that you were right all along? It's absolutely bonkers to me that they're refusing to do this DNA testing when they could find out who the real killers are. The court determined that it lacked the authority to require the use of cutting-edge DNA testing in the 1993 case. Damien Echols' appeal asked the Supreme Court judge to reverse the judge's decision and to remand the case back to the circuit court for a full hearing on the merits of Damien Echols' request for this new scientific testing. 10 years ago, I had no choice but to take an Alford plea to get off a death row, and I do not blame him for doing that one bit. You do whatever you have to do to get out of jail and get off death row and then fight to prove your innocence from the outside. Anybody saying that they would have done differently, I don't believe you. I needed to fight for my innocence and that of Jason and Jesse outside of the prison walls, and that is why I sought to test the evidence in the case to exonerate us and lead us to the real killers. Once we made inquiries to the West Memphis police to turn over the evidence in the case for advanced testing, we were told that the evidence had disappeared. While the state continues to fight that effort, we are hopeful that the Arkansas Supreme Court will recommend that the circuit court allow DNA testing. So it's an absolutely bonkers case situation that the state could be like, hey, we know you guys did it. Let's do the testing to prove you guys did it. Even though you're out of jail now, we can say that we were right all along and you were wrong. Or they could find out who the real killers are, and then Damien and the West Memphis 3, Jason and Jesse, would be exonerated for the crime that they didn't commit back in 1993. Just an absolutely strange situation to me that either way, they have the ability to find out who did it, but the state won't take it. Truly, truly bizarre. If you are unfamiliar with the West Memphis 3 case, there are a couple of really good documentaries out there. I definitely recommend checking it out. It is a heartbreaking story of what happened to all 6 boys. The boys that were falsely imprisoned, and the unfortunate death of 3 8-year-old boys who they do not know who the real killer is to this day, 30 years later. Let me know what you think. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.